While the fact that Ms. Marvel won't have her comic accurate and beginning powers when she makes her MCU debut on June 8th upset fans and makes us skeptical to watch the show, if we've learned one thing over the past 15 years, it's that Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige know what they're doing with the characters and the universe. While we still haven't been introduced to the X-Men, Fantastic Four, or Inhumans in the MCU, and it's looking like Ms. Marvel possibly won't be an Inhuman, at least initially, Kevin Feige did directly reference Fantastic Four and Mutants projects being in development all the way back in 2019. And Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness also gave us all three through their respective leaders and directly name-dropped the Fantastic Four and Inhumans. Mordo also of course introduced Professor X, but didn't call him the leader of the X-Men or Mutants or anything. However, for the point of this video, that's not important. Plus, it's been confirmed that X-Men the Animated Series is returning as X-Men 97, and just like how What If is canon to the MCU, there's no way that X-Men 97 is going to be a standalone continuation to the original series just for nostalgia's sake. One way or another, this show is going to connect to the MCU multiverse, whether that's via Earth 838, the Illuminati, and Professor X, who had the same golden chair from the show, or it connects to an alternate What If universe, or it somehow connects back to the main 616 timeline. It's going to somehow connect to the larger MCU, and could even be our first introduction to the X-Men. But back to Ms. Marvel, this scene alone confirms that the Inhumans are coming to the MCU. And although you should of course take all rumors with a grain of salt, it's been rumored that Ms. Marvel will set up the MCU's Inhuman royal family. Anyways, in an interview with Empire, Kevin Feige said, "We adapt the comics. It's not an exact translation. And to be honest, it never has been. Just look at any MCU movie or show. They take bits and pieces from different comics and storylines, but they have never once, and never will be, a direct adaptation of the comics." Feige continues by saying, Kamala came about in a very specific time within the comic book continuity, and she's now coming into a very specific time within the MCU continuity, and those two things didn't match. What we'll learn about where those powers come from and how they come about is specific to the MCU. You will see great comic splash panels in some of our action sequences. If you want big giant hands and arms, well, they are here in spirit, if not in stretchy plastic type ways. It also taps into the future of her story as it connects to her other friends that she'll meet in the upcoming film The Marvels. She's interested in knowing, great, does that mean I'm an Asgardian? Did I get hit with gamma rays? No, it's seemingly none of those things. It goes to her own past and her heritage and lineage. And in this sense, I feel like the MCU is doing an amazing job. While changing her comic origins and powers to differentiate her from Mr. Fantastic, who hasn't even appeared in the MCU and probably won't for at least another 2 years, is very dumb, and making her a djinn is weird, the way that it'll be done, through bracelets imbued with cosmic powers passed down throughout her family, is a perfect way to flesh out the character. And it also perfectly connects her to and gives her a more believable reason to go on and team up with Captain Marvel and Spectrum in the Marvels. Plus, depending on what the bracelets end up being, the Nega Bands or Quantum Bands, they could hint at other cosmic characters like Mar-Vell, Genis-Vell, Phyla-Vell, Quasar, Nova, or Annihilus coming to the MCU. While this is quite a big stretch, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness also introduces to America Chavez, who according to Doctor Strange and Loki's head writer, Michael Waldron, that's as much about trying to drive America's story in this film as it is attempting to set up a mystery to be solved in the future. She's somebody without a family. That's what she's searching for. And that's what she finds, surprisingly, in our Doctor Strange and Wong. She finds a home in Kamar-Taj at the end. When it's all said and done, it looks kind of tidy. But we also set up the next chapter in the America Chavez story. Getting into the real specificity of her with her parents came a little bit later on in the process. It felt, at least to me initially, that maybe we should hold some of that back. It felt like the stuff you'd rather answer when you're getting into America's solo outing. But as we continued to build the story, we found that we wanted to know more about her. And really, Strange would want to know more about her as well. It was just honest to the relationship and conversations. So like I said, while this is a very big stretch, what if Ms. Marvel and America met in the Marvels, or Chavez somehow played into that movie as well while searching for her mothers, and it eventually led to the Young Avengers or Children's Crusade and America Chavez solo projects. While America's project will probably mainly focus on her searching for her mothers throughout the multiverse, and probably once again fleeing from some villain trying to steal her powers, maybe like Mephisto or Nightmare this time, that doesn't necessarily have to be where we see her next. Since she's currently at Kamar-Taj learning to control her powers, other projects like the Marvels could set her and Ms. Marvel up to join the Young Avengers first. But let me know what you guys think about all this. What do you think of Marvel Studios changing Ms. Marvel's powers and origin, and what do you think of Ms. Marvel and America Chavez joining the Young Avengers? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you will never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.